directed by Sidney J. Furie, is a fantastic box set released by IMPRINT films. Let's delve into this one. Hey everyone, great to see you here on the channel. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing, hit the little bell to get notified every time I post a new video. Let's talk about this box set. So guys, IMPRINT kindly sent me this to review and discuss here with you on the channel. This is spine number 231 to 235, directed by Sidney J. Furie. It's 5 movies directed by Sidney J. Furie, as you can imagine. And IMPRINT have done a fantastic job. Again, on the box set here, guys, it has that nice little triangle. There's different artwork on the front to the back. The top pops off, and then you have your booklet and you have your 5 movies contained inside. Let's go through the movies one by one, guys. First one up here is The Lawyer from 1970. Barry Newman, Harry Gould, Diana Muldaur and Robert Colbert stars in this one. Diana Muldaur I know from Star Trek The Next Generation. She was the doctor that replaced Beverly Crusher, if you are a Star Trek fan. Let's just go through the details of this one. Audio, it's an LPCM 2-channel mono, dual mono mix. Picture quality 1.85 to 1 aspect ratio, so you're getting your full screen picture. It's a 4K scan of the original negative. It looks great. Is there some DNR grain smoothing in there? I'm not too sure, guys. It's a little bit too kind of smooth looking for something that was shot in 1970, but that's okay. Just a little bit about this movie. Starts off with the lawyer on the go. He's kind of getting people out of trouble, getting people off the hook, that kind of thing. Then it switches to a serious court case. There's been a murder. It has some very, very interesting long takes in the courtroom scenes. I thought that was really well done. The reveal at the very end of the movie is pretty good. I actually kind of enjoyed that little twist reveal there. I don't love the score of the movie. It's a little bit annoying. That's my overall thoughts on The Lawyer. Bonus features, guys. There's 88 minutes plus of bonus features, including audio commentaries, interviews and trailers as well. Next one up, guys, Little Fauss and Big Halsey from 1970. Robert Redford, Michael J. Pollard and Lauren Hutton star in this one. This is an interesting one. Audio, again, LPCM 2-channel dual mono. You have a Johnny Cash soundtrack, which is really, really interesting for this one. Picture quality wise, guys, you are looking at a 2.35 to 1 aspect ratio, black bars top and bottom. It's a 2K scan of the original negative. There is grain present, but there seems to be some sort of DNR smoothing once again. Some scenes are a little bit too smooth looking for my liking for something that's supposed to be shot in 1970 once again. Let's talk a little bit about the movie. Friendship and loyalty is tested when self-absorbed professional motorcyclist Big Halsey, which is Robert Redford, played by Robert Redford, having been barred from the racing circuit due to his on-track behaviour, convinces down-to-earth novice racer Little Fauss to use his name in order to enter the next race to win big. The bike race scenes are really well shot. I did enjoy those. Apparently Robert Redford doesn't like his kind of womanizer character in this movie and maybe kind of shut down any sort of bigger re-releases or anything that's happened with this. But once again, we have this nice release here finally, and it's an interesting movie nonetheless. I didn't like the very final last shot of the movie, not because of, you know, how the movie ends, but just like they done this kind of freeze frame on Robert Redford and just zoomed in, and it looks terrible. 118 plus minutes of bonus features, guys, on this. You have director audio commentary on there, you have producer interviews, a really interesting 14-minute featurette on the various aspect ratios of Sidney J. Furie's movies. If you're into all that stuff like me, I highly recommend watching that bonus feature. And there's video essays, there's like trailers, a lifetime award for Sidney J. Furie. That was Little Fauss and Big Halsey. Next one up, this was actually the first movie I watched out of the box set. This is Hit from 1973. Billy D. Williams and Richard Pryor. I was like, oh man, this thing is going to be great. To pull off a job no one would ever dare, you need a team no one would ever believe. Audio wise, once again, you're getting that LPCM dual mono mix on this one. Picture quality wise, you are getting obviously a 1080p presentation from a 2K scan. It doesn't say original negative on the back here, so it's a 2K scan. 2.35 to 1 aspect ratio, black bars top and bottom. Film grain is present. There's dust and dirt in there, which, you know, kind of leads me to believe it wasn't the original camera negative is what they scanned this of, or they didn't do a restoration on it. It's a really nice color grade. Green, reds and yellows do stand out in this one. So this is an interesting one, guys. Billy D. Williams plays a US agent, government agent, whose daughter dies of a drug overdose. He puts together a kind of team, a hit team, if you will, to go and basically kill the drug lords who have been selling the drugs. The first half of the movie is building the team, getting the plan together, etc. There is a fantastic chase scene in this movie. I really enjoyed that. Billy D. Williams goes dark in this one, guys. It's kind of interesting to see. So, like, when I was a kid, Billy D. Williams I knew as Harvey Dent from Batman in 1989. I knew him as Lando Calrissian from Star Wars. But he goes dark in this one. It's really interesting to see him do a role like this. I haven't a lot of Billy D. Williams movies in the collection here, so that was a good one. The actual hit at the the finale of the movie is really, really good. I enjoyed it, and it's really well done. Good stuff there on this one. Bonus features, you're getting 93 plus minutes. Director and historian audio commentary, interviews with actors, producers, video essays, radio adverts and trailers. Next one up, guys, this was kind of a surprise one in here for me. Sheila Levine is dead and living in New York, 1970. Jeannie Berlin, Roy Scheider and Rebecca Diana Smith. Big fan of Jaws, so anything with Roy Scheider. Again, like kind of, what I mentioned there a second ago, guys. When I was a kid, Roy Scheider was in Blue Thunder and he was in Jaws. And it's really cool to see him in these other kind of roles that I wouldn't necessarily check out these movies. Let's talk audio once again. It's an LPCM dual mono mix on this one. Picture quality wise, it's 1080p presentation, 4K scan of the original negative. It just says, doesn't say camera negative, just negative. 2:3:5:1 aspect ratio, black bars top and bottom of your picture. Grain is present, it looks good. I didn't feel there was any DNR or smoothing or anything like that on this one. This would make a great double bill with a movie called Girlfriends. I think I posted on Instagram and Twitter about that. I thought the two of them would go well together. 1970s New York is captured nicely, kind of, the dirt and the grit and all that sort of stuff. As I mentioned, it's always interesting to see Roy Scheider in a non-Jaws, non-Blue Thunder role, especially this kind of womanizer role. It's kind of interesting to see him in that. Bonus features, guys, 65 plus minutes of bonus features on this one. Again, there's an audio commentary by the director, Sidney J. Furie. There's a second audio commentary. There's director of photography, interviews, video essays, trailers, all that kind of stuff. And last but not least, 1978's The Boys in Company C, a Vietnam War movie. To keep their sanity in an insane war, they had to be crazy. I really like the artwork here on the Amaray case. Let's talk audio, LPCM dual mono mix on this one again. This does feature some crackles and pops here and there in the soundtrack, so maybe there was no restoration done on that, but I thought it was interesting. Obviously 1978, it adds to the character watching the movie here on TV. Picture quality, 2.35:1 aspect ratio, guys, black bars top and bottom, 2K scan of the original negative. Color grade looks good, reds and greens kind of pop out in the color grade in this one. Grain is present, there is some dirt and dust, and I don't feel there was any grain smoothing or anything done on this release, I'm happy to mention. This one is just kind of, it's a random group of people join the Marines, they get sent to Vietnam. What's interesting for me with this is Full Metal Jacket comes 9 years later, and you have Lee Emery in this and Full Metal Jacket as that kind of sergeant role. And there's some interesting stuff in the bonus features where they talk about Kubrick and Kubrick not wanting certain actors to mention they were ever in this movie or mention this movie kind of thing. The cast is really, really good. I don't know any of the guys, and when I looked them up on IMDb, I've seen they were in other things here and there that I would have in the collection or I would have seen. To me, basically an unknown cast, but all very good in their roles. Bonus features, guys, a whopping 143 plus minutes of bonus features. You have a screenwriter, producer, audio commentary, actor commentary, a featurette on the movie, actor interviews, video essays, a documentary trailer on Sidney J. Furie, and a trailer for the movie as well. Really, really good. If you're into your war movies and you have not heard of this, I would give it a watch, because I said it does precede Full Metal Jacket by 9 years or so, and it's really interesting to see how they kind of compare as well. So there you go, guys. That is the directed by Sidney J. Furie box set from Imprint Films here, guys. Absolutely loved it. Those 5 movies from the 70s, I literally never heard of any of them, and it's really interesting to kind of watch these for the first time. And what an interesting box set from Imprint Films. If you're interested in picking this one up, guys, there'll be a link in the description down below. That's going to do it, guys. Another review here on the channel. Please jump in the comments down below. Let me know, have you ever seen any of those 5 movies? Are you a fan of Sidney J. Furie's work? I would love to talk to you guys about his other movies. Let me know in the comments down below. That's going to do it, guys. Stay safe, and I'll talk to you on the next one.